In 2024.
Entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
What should I do today? Oh, that's right. It's my channel's anniversary. I gotta do a video. I've been slacking in 2024. Gonna do more in 2025. Just one sec. Let me get her something to review. Magic, right? Okay, just kidding. Am I gonna review the Swedish carving knife? No. Will I review my Norwegian troll whittling knife? No. Will I even review lens there? My Sami Puko and Leku bought in Norway in what year was that? 89. No. But I am going to review something my dad picked up on his last trip to Norway, which was a few months ago. This knife. What do we call this knife? We call it this knife. Alright, let's quickly go through the others first. First we have the Mori Sweden plastic sheath, made in Sweden sticker, authentic whittling knife, not carving knife. Mori. Look at that shine and sheen. And it's probably a little dull now. I loaded it somebody to do some, so they could do some carving, but it is essentially a razor. Size-wise, we got, this so you can choke up and whittle your wood. Very good, not too expensive. Got a nice weird peen there. Very weird peen now. Look at it. Little collar to make sure the wood does not split, as is traditional. Probably birch wood, as many Scandinavian knives are, in a traditional looking scabbard, even though it's plastic. Next up, we have the Brustiletto, which is not a Norwegian name, but it's made in Norway. Norge, as the Norwegians call themselves. Little peen. Nice little blade with a rough cut there. It is also essentially a razor. A little bit smaller, fits your palm like that. More of a first kid's knife and little whittling knife than anything, but a nice traditional leather sheath with the belt fit, as if I put this on a belt. Goes in like that, held in just by pressure. Nice stitching. Got that one in Savannah years ago. My grandmother also almost bought me one of those when I was a kid, but she decided I was too young for a knife, so I got something else. So years later, I bought this one for myself since I didn't have it as a kid. This one I was given for Christmas a few years ago by my dad and his girlfriend for carving purposes. I haven't carved much with it. Now, next we go on to all those runes, Gaifu or Tyr, as I learned them, but Gibu or Tyr. I used to have tattoos of them here, but the red has faded. You can kind of see the Gaifu, Gibu. You can't really see the or the Tyr much anymore, but they're there. I promise. They once were. I need to get them done again. Bought these in Norway in 1989 when I was visiting there. When I was in Karasjok at the Sami Center there. You see, as a kid, I was stupid and tried to polish the other blade a little bit when it got scuffed, and accidentally removed all the etching there, so it doesn't look that way. Brass, pin. You can look these up. Skallagrim even reviewed a few of these some years. You can see some other knife channels. They generally are very highly rated knives. Very thin. Interestingly, if you look down the spine, you'll see it's not straight. It goes out and then curves a little bit at the tip, which I find interesting on the design because both knives do it, so it was clearly intentional. And my Cold Steel single-edged Viking sword also has that design where it goes out and then slightly in. So it must be a Scandinavian thing. Brass again with the peen, birch wood. So yeah, I've had these since 1989, and I've cut everything imaginable with them. And I've touched up the edge a couple times. It's not as sharp as it once was, but it's still very sharp. It's a Scandi grind, so it goes in and sharply cuts in. So it's kind of axy-like in its choppy. But yeah, excellent. I believe these scabbards, traditional design, are reindeer hide, I think. I think that's what I remember. Now on to this thing. What is this thing? Obviously a knife, or it wouldn't be in the review. It's got this little artificial twine, leathery looking thong, which also, when you pull it tight, helps keep it closed. One end is bone, one end is, I'm assuming, birch or maple. It looks kind of like curly maple, so we'll go with that. Loosen and pull. And we have on the antlers, our bone side, we have the blade. I always thought it should be on this side because this I like as a handle material better because it's less slick, but whatever, I didn't make it. It's another one of those little tiny puko blades, very similar to my troll knife, and that is exceedingly sharp. So compared to that, these three. Watch me stab myself on camera. I will not. Okay, so basically all very similar blades. This one's a little more angled, but basically about all the same shape, about all the same length. So clearly meant as a small kind of, in this case, I wouldn't say necessarily for whittling because it does seem to have a fancier design. So I don't know, maybe it's just meant as display. I'm pretty sure it's a stainless blade by the looks of it. It's very polished, as you can tell. Whoa. Are you blind yet? Good. This right here, interesting, is a glued on little leather washer there. It feels like maybe synthetic. I can't tell. The top of it looks kind of synthetic-y, but regardless, there's one here too to keep it from clunking, I guess, and chipping the wood and such. But it's a nice little. Reminds me in some ways of those Japanese like knives, smaller ones that people carry on their person. They just have a plain, not plain, but lacquered scabbard with no guard or anything. A little tiny tanto that kind of fit together like that. So that's again, that stays on so you don't lose your scabbard. I guess it's meant originally. This design was maybe traditional. I don't know, but it may hang on a belt and you pull it out and use it, and but that would put it close to the belt. I don't know. Maybe it's just meant to keep it safe in a pocket. Maybe they put the hole on the wrong side and didn't realize it. I honestly don't know. But regardless, it's a cool little blade. Can't really draw it too easily unless you loosen first and then pull. And even then, it's fairly tight fits. It's pretty safe. It's got good friction fit, and that is definitely a little bitey blade. But that is what I wanted to show because I forgot to do that a few months ago when I got it. And I needed something for my CHANNELVERSARY. Put a bunch of fireworks in here. And yeah. So my channel was originally started, I believe, in 2018 on this day. So happy anniversary. How many is that? Let's count. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 7 years of this nonsense. If you look at my subscriber count, you know I have not been doing a good job with it. Regardless, just wanted to share that briefly. Show you my collection of Scandinavian knives. Hilson. And good day, folks. Bonus content. Forgot I had these to add. Yep. Forged Viking style. Scissors. And a forged Viking style knife. If this were bigger, it'd be a deusac. Isn't that crazy? Can't quite use it that way though. So you gotta grip it like this. Yeah, just a plain cast knife. And this wonky edge where it gets thinner and thicker. Made it tricky to sharpen. I haven't put a great edge on it yet, but that's a typical little work knife left forged rough. Viking times, so I thought y'all might like to see that. You notice I've calmed down now. I don't know why. Probably because I'm tired. Anyway, enjoy the next year, and hopefully I will get off my lazy ass and put out some content. Listen, and good day, folks.